What's up, Scooby Scream fam? Well, in case life wasn't tragic enough, to quote Roman Bridger from Scream 3, today I am 27 years old, and I really wanted to make a vlog, have a little bit of fun. We're going to be talking about Scream 2. I'm going to give you, in honor of being 27, my top 27 things that first came to mind about why Scream 2 is the best Scream film in the franchise. It's obviously my favorite. I absolutely adore it. I will be watching it tonight in celebration of my birthday. Haven't decided if I'll do the VHS yet or my Steelbook, but nonetheless, very excited. Obviously have my Jiffy Pop too. And then I just wanted to show y'all before I get started. I did an unboxing on my TikTok of this, but I also got a Scooby-Doo 2 Daphne Blake Sarah Michelle Gellar Barbie doll that I have always wanted. It was a gift to myself. I have the unboxing up on my TikTok, so definitely go check that out. This is what the box looks like. Limited edition Scooby-Doo 2. There is Sarah Michelle Gellar and Scooby-Doo. They're both in the box, as well as some other fun things. So super excited about this. I highly encourage people to buy birthday presents for themselves, things that you've always wanted. But I'm going to try to keep this kind of brief because I do want to celebrate my birthday with my fiance and, have some fun tonight. But before we get into my 27 reasons why Scream 2 is the best, I did just want to go through a couple of Scream 7 and Scream franchise updates. And before I do that, I just wanted to say thank you so much for how quickly this channel has grown. I cannot tell you how much it means that I have gotten a couple thousand views on my first couple of videos, that we are already, I think, at like 1,250 subscribers in like a little over a week, 2-ish weeks. That is incredible. And I've had some issues with TikTok lately where I've struggled with engagement. Whereas like last year at this time, I feel like my videos were very accessible to my followers and they were showing up on FYPs. It doesn't seem like that's happening right now for whatever reason. So I'm just really grateful to have y'all here, and I'm going to continue posting really frequently on this channel. I kind of want this to be my new main source of video content, and I'll post some of my stuff from here onto my TikTok. But anyway, that's besides the point. I just love you all. I'm really, really grateful to have you, and please continue to engage, comment, like, subscribe, turn on post notifications. It really, really does help me grow the channel. But anyway, before we get into the 27 reasons why Scream 2 is the best in the franchise, which is obviously my opinion, come at me in the comments, tell me why you like other movies. We're all free to have our own opinions. That is all this is. Before I get into that though, I did just want to point out, we did potentially get our first look at Gale Weathers in Scream 7. We got a video that Courtney Cox sent to a fan, which is presumably something that she recorded from one of the Scream 7 sets, since you can see a little sign behind her that says "to set," and we know that Scream is currently underway on production in the Atlanta, Georgia area. So that's super exciting. It looks like she's wearing a sort of purplish color reminiscent of what she wore in Scream 4. So I would love if she brings the Scream 4 Gale Weathers energy, since that is one of my favorite iterations of Gale Weathers. So that is obviously very exciting. And then we also got a photo of Sam Reckner and Asa German, who are also, I believe, in the Atlanta area. We got a photo of them together with a trainer doing some personal training. I don't know, maybe to be a ghost face, maybe to outrun a ghost face. I think either of them, or even both of them, could be ghost faces. I think the casting director ate up with these choices because they are both giving ghost face spooky vibes, and they are, let's be honest, very hot and attractive. So very nice additions to the Scream 7 cast. They haven't either, neither of them have done a ton of other film work, so I'm really hoping this is partially a launching pad for their careers and a way to get even bigger, sort of the way the other Scream films have been for actors. So I'm excited for them. And then something else, I had seen some rumors earlier that the Omega Beta Zeta house from Scream 2, the iconic CC Cooper sorority house, might have been impacted by the fires in Altadena, California, since it is located in that area. Luckily, some people, I believe, visited the area earlier today, and it is fine. It hasn't been damaged by the fires. Thank goodness. It's such a beautiful historic house. I think it was built in 1882. It's called the Crank House. The iconic Crank House was also featured in movies Catch Me If You Can, as well as being Miss Trunchbull's house in Matilda, and it was also used for some interior shots in Hocus Pocus, so I'm so glad that house is okay. Anyway, let's get into these 27 reasons why Scream 2 is the best. I'm going to try to speed through these so I can get to enjoying my birthday, but there's nothing more that I love than talking about Scream 2, so this is exactly what I wanted to be doing on my birthday, is sharing these with you. I can't wait to hear what you guys think, but let's go. I did these sort of, I think, in order for the most part of watching the movie, going through it in my head, because I really did this off of memory. That's how obsessed I am with this movie. So some of them are out of order, some of them are in order, but number one, the opening sequence with Omar Epps and Jada Pinkett Smith is, I think, the most unique out of any of the openings. It has strong messaging. It is so impactful when Jada Pinkett Smith's character, Maureen Evans, falls down dead on that stage and just the crowd reacting so late to what had happened. It really just goes to show how immune people, I think, had become to violence, and just said something about our culture, which was very memorable and such an amazing opening. Also, the 2 with the knife slash through the Scream logo is my favorite title card. Obsessed with that. Number 2, it has the best soundtrack. In one of my previous videos, I went through a bunch of the songs, but to open the movie up with "This Could Be Your Lucky Day in Hell," panning down to Sydney, just amazing. I love every song on that freaking soundtrack. I listen to it all the time. Number 3, Sarah Michelle Gellar, Cece Cooper, amazing. Her chase scene, one of my favorites in the franchise. Wes, just god tier material there. Nosferatu going up the stairs around the same time as she would soon be going up the stairs. Ghostface sneaking in behind her when she's on the phone. So many iconic lines. Number 4, Gale Weathers' best Scream film, her best arc, her best look, best lines in the franchise. This was Gale Weathers along with Sidney Prescott's movie, and I absolutely love her in it. Number 5, this, like I was saying, this is Sidney Prescott's best movie, I would say, along with Scream 3, which she may be a bit better in, but phenomenal in Scream 2. Derek, Sydney's best boyfriend. I wish they would have ended up together. I know it's not hard to say he's the best boyfriend when Sydney's other boyfriend tried to murder her, but Derek was such a good guy, and I totally could have seen them together. Hallie, we love Hallie. I wish she would have survived. Sydney really didn't deserve to lose her. I wish Sydney would have never gone back to try to unmask Mickey, but you know, what can you do? R.I.P. Hallie. Number 8, Windsor College is my favorite setting in any Scream film. It's shot beautifully. Scream 2 is my comfort movie in part because of how beautifully it is shot. I love Windsor College. I love how they utilize the campus, the interior, exterior scenes, shot at a school right outside of Atlanta, Georgia, which is making me hopeful that maybe they'll go back there or something for Scream 7, even though I don't think it's going to happen. But I just love Windsor College as a setting. It was used so beautifully. Number 9, Dewey and Dewey's theme, which I absolutely adore. I would play it here, but I don't want the copyright. You know what it is. It's the music that's playing when Gale and Dewey are, they've run into each other and they're meeting again. Number 10, Dewey and Randy at Baskin Robbins. I love when they're drinking their milkshakes and Randy is going over the rules of a sequel. It's just so good. It's not forced. He's not talking down to the audience. It is such a good rules scene, and I love the product placement with the Baskin Robbins. Number 11, Joel, the cameraman. One of the best featured characters in the Scream franchise. The dude got out of there before shit went haywire and survived till the end. Love Joel. Would love to see him make a comeback in Scream 7. Number 12, Cotton Weary. Best red herring in the Scream franchise. So good in 2. It's amazing what they did with his character based on just a tiny bit of screen time in the first Scream on a TV, for God's sakes. Cotton Weary, fantastic red herring. You don't know whether or not it's him until the very end. He gets some great lines in this movie, and I hope he got that Diane Sawyer interview. 100% Cotton, that's for sure. Randy's death scene. I never loved Randy, so I wasn't that sad to see him go, but I know other people feel otherwise. But his death scene and the build up to it with the phone call and everything is just so fantastic. And I love when the football player almost runs into him and we get that jump scare. And they just do such a good job with the framing of not showing you that he's backing right up to the van. So just great. And then we get that iconic, amazing Gale Weathers scream after, which is probably her best scream and one of the best screams in the franchise. Number 14, the existence of Sister Lois and Sister Murphy and their "no, I really mean that" high line. Just so iconic. I love them. In an alternate universe, they could have been the killers along with Nancy Loomis, and we would have had 3 female ghost faces, which would have been great. Don't get me wrong, I loved Mickey, but they would have been amazing as killers. Number 15 is Gale and Dewey's relationship. We see it shine in this film.
But I feel bad now.
Is this just another brilliant Gale Weathers performance?
There are no cameras here. I just want to find this fucker.
Dewey and her, they just grow so close together, and I just love their relationship.
I really do.
Me too.
So romantic. The chemistry is just insane, which makes sense given their history together and their marriage. But I just love it. Number 16, Sydney as a drama student. I love it. I love how it contributes to Nev's arc and the conversation with her professor, her theater professor in the auditorium. It's just so wonderful and was such a good writing decision by Kevin and really works in this film's favor, especially with the theater being our location for part of the film and the ending. It's just a perfect, we start in a theater, we end in a theater. It is wonderful. Number 17, Gale and all of her interactions with Debbie Saul, aka Nancy Loomis, just iconic. Look, local woman, it's perfect, okay? Definitely in the top 5 Gale Weathers lines in all of Scream.
It must be scary knowing somebody's out there waiting and watching, enjoying all this. How does that make you
Look,
feel?
local woman. I know that you hold me up as your career template, and it gives you some sort of charge to challenge me, but give it a rest.
You're right. I'm sorry. It was the wrong time. I'm sorry.
Gale's chase scene through the sound booth with Ghostface, one of my favorite chase scenes ever. So fantastically choreographed, so intense, so suspenseful, so smart. Gale pushing the bookcase in front of the door, but also heartbreaking when she has to see what happens to Dewey, her beloved. Number 19, Gale dropping the F-bomb when she runs outside after running into Cotton with blood on his hands and saying the killer is Cotton fucking Weary. It's just perfect. And then Nancy Loomis going, Cotton Weary. So good. Number 20, the lunchroom scene with Mickey. I had always hated this scene. I thought it was cringe. I have come to love it, especially Mickey's dancing. It's just so good. And Derek, oh my God, I love him so much. He's so sweet. I think I love you, isn't that what life is made of? It's perfect, and so it worries me to say. Oh, I love it. And then the music that plays at the end, and but you know, maybe she shouldn't have accepted his letters. Although I'm glad that Sydney did because they saved her in the end, and she wears them in Scream 3, one of my favorite Easter eggs. Number 21, the cop car scene, so intense, so incredible. The pole that goes through that dude's head, insane. Such a suspenseful scene. Number 22, Nancy Loomis and her Ghostface reveal. How she pushes Gale out first with the gun to her back, and we think for a split second, you know it couldn't be Gale. There's no way, but you do think it. And then you see Nancy Loomis, an iconic reveal. 23, Mickey and his reveal. Didn't see it coming, did ya? Again, it didn't used to be one of my favorites, but I really like him and Nancy Loomis as ghost faces. He has some hilarious lines that didn't see it coming, did ya? The, Billy's mother, just so good. 24, Sydney with the necklace and her badassery in that third act. She is exceptional. The line, I think you're forgetting something about Billy Loomis. I fucking killed him. So good, so iconic.
What they want. See, that's what Billy was good at. He knew. It's all about execution.
Yeah, one thing about Billy Loomis.
What's that?
I fucking killed him. Piece of shit.
25, the theater as the third act set piece. The falling rocks, the scenery, the wires, the, Sydney going crazy with all of the props and stuff on stage and the boulders falling and the set pieces changing and her chase scene with Nancy and the homage to The Shining, looking through the hole and having the axe and everything. It's just perfect. I love it. 26, Gale deciding to go with Dewey in the ambulance instead of getting the scoop. It shows her growth. It shows her arc. It shows her evolution. Again, one of my favorite parts of this is what we get with Gale. And then 27, the ending scene. Nev saying he's the hero. He's the hero. He's the one you want to interview, talking about Cotton. Her walking away with, she said, by Collective Soul playing, which I've mentioned was supposed to be Bittersweet Symphony, but for legal reasons with the Rolling Stones sample, they couldn't do that, but She Said is still such a good song for it. It's perfect for the ending, and Sydney walking away and just knowing she's finally maybe safe, but she lost everything, she lost everyone, Cotton getting the press. It's just such a truly bittersweet ending, and I just love it. One fun fact, though, when we see the clock tower shot of that one Windsor College building, Ghostface was supposed to make an appearance in there at the end, which could have been, you know, our clue that there was another Ghostface out there, aka Roman Bridger, but they decided to cut it. I think they thought it would have detracted from, you know, Sydney's ending and would have been a little bit of a cheap, you know, shot while the audience was trying to digest what they just watched. Anyway, that is it. I'm ending it here. I do, down the line, want to do a Scream 2 fun facts video and get into some of the script changes or rumored script changes that are out there. I know people know about the rumors of Hallie and Derek being the killers, maybe even the sorority sisters, Sister Lois and Sister Murphy, but I'll get into that another time. So much Scream 2 content to be made, but I gotta go, gotta have my cake, gotta have my dinner, and then watch Scream 2. I love y'all. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, like this video, share it, turn on post notifications. Follow me on Insta and X at Scooby Scream and on TikTok at Jake Lub. Again, love you all and stay tuned for the next video. Cut it, Casper. That's a wrap.